I'm my beloved and he is mine. His banner over me is love. I'm my beloved and he is mine. His banner over me is love. His banner over me is love. He leads me to his banqueting table. His banner over me is love. He walks me to his banqueting table. His banner over me is love. He leads me to his banqueting table. His banner over me is love. His banner over me is love. Yeshua is the rock of my salvation. His banner over me is love. Yeshua is the rock of my salvation. His banner over me is love. Yeshua is the rock of my salvation. His banner over me is love. His banner over me is love.
Praise the higher. Children of Israel are here. Mount Hor. We're going inside the tomb to pray for our brother Aaron. Holy land, Kadesh. We are in Kadesh. And as you know, Mount Hor is at the border of the children of Israel heritage. So we're still within the borders, but this is one of the borders.
Shabbat Shamayim, Kwadash Haya, Shamkar Mahaya, Malak Wavka, Thabavat Zawanka, Haya Aisha, Baharat Zah. Kawahaya, Bashamaya, Nathan Lanawa, Lakan Kalyawan, Wasalat Nawa, Khawaf Nawa, Kasalat Nawa, Kawaf Nawa. Thabayanawa Minasaywa Amba Hawashinawa Mayarai Kayalaka Hamlakwa Wahala Wahasaparas wa awalam Amen.
Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Praise the Most High.
All glory and praise to Ahaya Shahaya, Bahashanishaya, Wakodashawak.
Judah!
soul. High is in control. Satan on my trail, but I'm singing all is well. He's attacking every day, but I'm watching while I pray. No matter the attack, I won't turn back. This means war. Yeah. This means war. This generation is coming soon. This means war. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. This means war. This is war. I won't battle that belong. Your shiner's armor on. I praise on my lips. Your strength on my hips. Weapon form will prosper, cause the higher is my father. No matter the attack, I won't turn back. This means war. This means war. His giant's coming soon, my savior. This means war. Are you ready? I plead the blood. I plead the blood. If it wasn't for His love, I plead the blood. He shed Himself for my sins. I plead the blood. Mr. The diamonds of Ocean, you glorious in the arrow. You traveling with greatness and strength. Who's the coming from Edom? With thy garments of Ocean, you glorious in the arrow. You traveling with greatness and strength. Know what it is. Yeah. This is war. This is war. Your giant's coming soon. Get ready, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Get out of Babylon and get within the waters. And you can't have no family. You can't have no victory. Yeshaya brings a million. Yeshaya, Yeshaya, Yeshaya. We're gonna do the Jordan strike. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, we're gonna use the Jordan strike.
He's bringing all the nations to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Yes, the valley of decision. Praise Ahaya. Whose side are you on? Are you coming to the valley of Jehoshaphat? The valley of decision? Whose side are you on?
On the day of festival, what they call the Pentecost, they all let us pray. They were all on one accord. And sound came down from heaven like a rushing mighty wind. And it filled the whole house. What's been rushing in? You don't have to wonder what's going on inside. It's the power of the Holy Spirit, the one I'm singing about. In the house, I'm singing about in the house.
touch yourself. How you bring the fire? Hear me now. Let's go, Yasharala.
Let the Holy Spirit lead
That's
you.
right. Kwadashwa Wakna.
Come out of Babylon.
How you bring the fire? Your will drop the beat.
Holy Kwadashwa. How you want you holy.
Kwadashwa Wakna. Kwadash. 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 It's a holy place. That's Kwadash. Kwadash. Kwadash.
Just like in the word it says, we are the holy ones. Don't cry, pick up your head. He sent his holy son, trial and bias and blood. He crushed all of the test, told you cannot be cancelled. Israel, you're holy in the land.
Yeah, that's right. Listen now.
How you want you holy.
Shabbat Shalom, Saka Hashabaf Lakadashwa, Kabad, Abaka Wakamaka, Shalava Tazak, La'a Na'a, La'a Gana, Shaya, Aina Shakwa, Sharamaka, Shavalava Aita.
Praise Ahaya Bahashim Yeshaya. Praise Ahaya. Happy Feast of Tabernacles. I give all glory and honor and praise to Ahaya Asher Ahaya Bahashim Yeshaya. Shalom Israel. Praise Ahaya. Bless the name of Ahaya Bahashim Yeshaya. Be holy, Praise the higher. Let me take this back thing off. Oh man, I give all glory and praise to Ahaya Ashur Ahaya, Bahashim Yeshaya, Wakwadash Wak, Shalom Israel. I pray you're having a blessed Feast of Tabernacles. Ahayas, holy days are in full effect. The children of Israel are out and about in their tents. We getting it in. Sleeping outside, getting all that blessings, getting all that good blessings from Ahaya. I pray you all are having a blessed time as y'all are sleeping out in your tents, because I am loving it. Okay, I wanted to just say, there's a lot going on, y'all. There is a lot going on. And a lot of stuff like Trump's, second attempt for assassination, Diddy's arrest, everybody is like, oh my God, he was arrested. All that stuff is just distractions for us to be, looking over here when we need to be looking over there. And, getting up out of Babylon. I pray that y'all are getting up out of Babylon. I mean, that is first and foremost. Don't let these distractions let you fall asleep. Go back to sleep and thinking that nothing is going on. There is a lot going on. Russia, what's going on in Israel with Lebanon, they're striking. This area is supposed to be up in flames, and it's supposed to be, don't go to Jordan. So it's supposed to be all the distractions. So you, the children of Israel, will not get up, pack your bags, and get up out of Babylon. Jordan is the safe place. There is some place that you can go. The Most High provided a place within His borders. We are supposed to be making our way back into the land, brothers and sisters. Get out, get out, get out. That's first and foremost. That's what I'm here to tell you. That is why I'm here, to let you know there is a safe place, and Jordan is that place. So, let me just clear the air, okay? But there's a few things, I wanted to discuss, and one of them, as you saw my title of the show, is Yada's Awakening. Okay, this is brother that went viral almost a year ago. I hadn't seen this video, and had I seen this video, I would have definitely been talking about it as well. But I didn't see the video, and I just getting to see it now. And there's a lot of drama behind it, because after he did these series of videos, he ended up getting exposed about some things, and it's just been a fiasco with him, because he has a lot of things going on with him. So let me explain. There's this brother. Now, I don't ascribe to what the brother is teaching or anything like that, but what I believe what he's saying is very important and needs to be spoken about. I think it has a lot to do with our men, the men of the Most High, because I'm always the one screaming out, these men, they need to get themselves together, But as a sister, I'm not supposed to be teaching no men, and I'm not supposed to, nor can I teach a man. That's men's place, is to teach other men, and also, they have to, get themselves together with the Most High. But I just really I acknowledge that they need to get themselves together. And, it's very clear, no sugarcoating this thing. If our brothers do not get themselves together, we will not make any headway. And we know it's imperative. So, and then when the whole Kevin Samuels came out, like last year and the year before that, everybody wanted to cling on to what this brother was saying, except Kevin Samuels. But I was not, feeling it, and was not impressed, and I thought it was just dividing our culture even more. And he was bringing more, division and causing more hatred. Like the men already had enough hatred for the sisters. We did not need anybody like Kevin Samuels stirring the pot. So that's what my take on it. But there was all, he blew up and everybody was talking about him. And look, the Most High just moved him out the way, so that's in the past. So now this brother, and there's a few like that. Derek Johnson came up. He started giving advice and this and that. But none of those people, and I've heard many, because I'm in these YouTube streets, so I'm paying attention. I'm hearing, but I didn't run across this brother, Yada's Awakening. I never heard of him. I just only the other day ran across his videos, and oh my goodness, was I surprised. I was shocked to hear the stuff this brother is saying. So again, I must say I don't ascribe to everything this brother is teaching or what he's saying. There's a lot of drama behind him, especially after he started talking like this. They started exposing him. So, all that negative stuff going on with him. But I must say, brothers and sisters, this is the first brother that I've heard who talks like he has some sense. I'm sorry to say it, and I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with me and say, but I'm telling you guys. And more on top of that, he's a Muslim. He doesn't even, you know he's not awakened to the truth. So I definitely don't ascribe to any of his religious backgrounds or anything like that. But I have to say, I do give this brother some merit on what he's saying. I think that what he's saying is so profound that I think that a lot of our brothers should give an ear to this young man. I believe that he has a lot of righteous, undertones, overtones of what he's talking about. And I think that if brothers would listen and take heed, that they can start to purge themselves. They can start to purge, and especially when it comes to dealing with women. The way this brother is articulating, his information, I think is very profound. And even he does say all praises to the Most High. And that's why, I always say people got to be careful on saying just all praises to the Most High. Like we supposed to automatically assume that he's talking about Ahaya, Ashur Ahaya, and Yeshaya, the son. So this lets you know that just because people be going all praises and all praises to the Most High, they could be talking about any God. Okay, and so I always try to tell people, don't get caught up with that, the Most High, and all praises, trying to act like you're giving glory to a higher, because there's many gods out here. That's all through the Bible. Be specific on the God that you serve, because just because you say all praises, or just because you say, praise to the Most High, does not mean that you're talking about the God of the Hebrews, Ahaya Ashur Ahaya, Bahashem Yeshaya. And this is a clear example of that, because this brother, he doesn't worship Ahaya. He calls on Muslims. Hold on a second, guys. Give me 1 second.
You should have never let me wake up to this truth. You should have never let me wake up to this truth. You should have never let me wake up to this truth. You should have never let me wake up to this truth. Like in the days of Moses, causing genocide, make the midwife lie and hide. You should have been like Herod, scouting out the earth, waiting for Mary to give birth. You should have never let me wake up to this truth. No, no, you should have never let me wake up to this truth. You should have never let me wake up to this truth. You should have never let me wake up to this truth. So you've been studying our books, so yeah, know it's true. Isaiah chapter 6 verse 2, it says in 2,000 years that he would wake us up. He saw you slipping, you messed up, and he said he poured his holy breath in these four walls for his chosen children to come home. You cannot stop the prophecies to wake us up. Babylon for his time is up. You should have never let me wake up to this truth. No, no, you should have never let me wake up to this truth. Hey, 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 you should have never let me wake up to this truth. You should have never let me wake up to this truth. Just like a number that he's gonna rid this place, bring it back round to its rightful state. We gonna praise the highest name, we gonna big him up. Wait until Yeshaya to show up. We should have never let me wake up to this truth. No, no, you should have never let me wake up to this truth. Hey, come on now, you should have never. You should have never. Give it up to the prophets. Give it up Elijah and Isaac and Moses and Abraham. He's talking Solomon and David and Noah and Samson. We're talking David and Jonah and Joshua, Elias. We're talking Peter and Paul and even Jeremiah. We're talking Yeshaya. I say, Yeshaya. Did I mention Yeshaya? You should have never let me be. You should have never let me wake up to this truth. No, you should have never let me wake up to this truth. I can draw your ways to a higher, all glorious ways to a higher. Give me the If you
Oh, Shalom, thank you. He said there's no sound. Well, I'm doing all this talking, you know. Well, anyway, praise the higher, brother. It's good to see you. Shalom. Mwah. Bless you and thank you for the message. Okay, so what I was saying was this. I got this video and I'm going to make this a series because I think this information is so pertinent for the men of the Most High, for their healing. Oh, okay. Praise the higher. Okay, so he said there was some. Okay, so I'm not gonna be blah 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 too much. I know I can talk a lot, so I just want to play the video and let's start the process. I pray, brothers, y'all have your pen and your paper, takes down some of this information, and even if you don't agree, I pray that y'all have at least an open mind to receive some of this information that this brother is giving. I think it's the key to the healing of our men. I can't, I'm always like kind of dogging our brothers and saying they need to get themselves together and y'all da. But listen, I'm in love. I'm trying to even bring a solution. You can't learn from a woman. A woman can't teach no man nothing. And rightfully so, brothers don't even want to really hear from sisters. But I believe that the Most High put this information in the earth so that our brothers, whoever could receive it, can start the process of healing. And it deals a lot with women, but not just about the women. A lot of the stuff he's talking about is character stuff. It's character. And you got to feel a certain way in order to even do certain things. And so it becomes much more, much more about the man's character and things like that than it's about how much he gives a woman. It's not about the money, and anything like that. So brothers, please open your eyes and your heart concerning this matter. This is serious for the healing of the men. Serious information. Okay? So let me, I have a few of these videos, so I don't know which one, but they're kind of long. But please, brothers, please take the information. Take this information. I think it's vital for the healing of our brothers. Okay, let me see which one I'm going to start with, because I don't want to get a strike. But he has so many good videos. Okay, I'm going to try to go with this one, because there was a few brothers, and these brothers agree with him as well.
Is your host, Tyshawn Jackson, in here with another episode with my co-host, Ryan Catchings.
This is the best, the very best I've ever felt doing a live show, man.
Yes.
I think, I'll be honest with you. Listen, the live shows is a hard act, okay? So we ain't seen y'all since Monday, but let me tell you, I done had Thanksgiving. I done worked on my trauma responses too. With
family.
With family.
Oh my
I done had a
goodness.
birthday. Officially 35, man. Another
Happy
year around
birthday.
the sun.
Happy
Thank you so
birthday.
much. Thank you so much. And now we got one of our most anticipated guests who's been flaming up the internet.
Man, this is a full circle moment, because I've been following this brother for years on Instagram, just learning a lot. Because if y'all know this brother is a master healer, an author, a father, a husband. And today he is here on the platform with us. And we are in here rocking with Minister Yada. Welcome to Hardly Initiated. The minister's in the building. What's popping, man?
Man, I'm blessed to be here, brother.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to be here.
First of all, when I found out you was in Atlanta, I was so excited.
It makes so much sense, though.
I was so excited.
Yeah. Listen, Atlanta, Chocolate City, the millionaires and billionaires and just eligible influencers and mentors is just crazy.
Right.
And listen, you've been getting a lot of attention and traction online lately, because I told you I've been watching this brother for years, and he has some of the best content on what you need to put in your body,
praises.
how to go about, developing your spiritual, your physical health, that part of your life, which is very important to me. And within the last few months, I've seen him now getting into these topics where he's talking about family, he's talking about relationship dynamics. And then we started talking about the 50-50 brothers. And when I tell you, Yada's not letting, he's not letting the 50-50 brothers slide.
Foot on the neck, brother.
He's not letting them
the
slide. As a matter of fact, you had something go massively viral. A lot of our listeners sent us a clip where you were actually talking to a brother. I thought it was beautiful. You brought a brother. A lot of times we are not open to talking to people with different perspectives than ourselves. Republicans like to watch Fox. The Democrats like to watch CNN. All right. You just want to hear what makes you feel good. So when I see two people can sit down and have different perspectives and talk it out, which is what happened, I thought it was so compelling, because it's a highly polarizing conversation. And you got a brother who is literally in front of you who believes in this 50-50 concept, and y'all hashing it out. As a matter of fact, for y'all, and for those who've missed it, I want to go ahead and bring this here to you guys in a minute. But Ryan, you got some announcements for the people, right?
Absolutely. So guys, listen, me and Tyshawn been working diligently, even though we technically had an off week, still putting in brain power because we really want to bring some new things to the platform in 2024.
Yes.
And let me tell y'all, it's really, really going to go crazy. So just a very preliminary announcement. The members been emailing me. Every time we give out that email, we probably get 20 damn emails.
Yes.
And y'all been letting us know. Y'all like, hey, look, we got the membership for a reason. It's very important that we want y'all to shut down the live chat to members only. So we absolutely going to do that. Starting in January, we are going to shut it down members only 24/7. So from the top of the show to the bottom. But until January, the first 30 minutes, as long as you subscribe, you can go ahead and join us in the live chat. But after that, it's members only. Initiates only.
Initiates, baby.
Yeah, very special, very special. Also, guys, I want you to be on the lookout because we have officially finished the vision for our festival that we are going to host next year.
So excited.
It's going to be incredible. We planning right now for 2,000 people to join us from across the world. And I told y'all last week, I think the international following is growing. We got people from Germany, Africa, India. We got some
UK
from Asia.
Yeah, it is.
We got some Chinese folks going crazy. I'm telling you, it's
getting their families right.
So excuse me, guys. I didn't know they was talking this much and this long. So please forgive me. Hopefully they'll get right to it. Hold on.
I'm telling you, UK, London, everything. So guys, please look out for that. And periodically throughout the show, I'm also going to be dripping some other new things that's happening. But trust me, we're about 50 people away from 700 members to officially become a part of the initiated family.
Yes.
On the way to 700. So the thing is, we're going to make this the best membership, the best community and club you can possibly be a part of.
And that's just where you have it, man. So Ryan went ahead and put it to you nice and straight. Now let's get back to this conversation. Lano, do me a favor, pull up the hard take. We about to have a hard take. We about to review this video here, so y'all stay tuned.
I'm saying men should be men.
But you saying we not men. You saying we not men.
Brother. Any man that makes an excuse can't be a man completely. You can be a male. A man comes with responsibilities, and it's hard. To be a man, it's hard, brother. It's not easy. That's why the respect you want from your woman that you don't get, I get from mine.
My woman respect me.
Hold on.
My woman respect me.
You think she respects you.
My woman respect me.
You think she respects you.
Brother.
You think she has she ever raised her voice at you?
No.
Does she cook for you every night, brother?
Of course.
So she respects you, cooks for you every night. Does she clean the house?
Of course.
She cleans the house, and you got her working 16 hours a day. That sounds like slavery.
Ooh, hold on, bring it back. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on. First of all, hey, slavery, that's a strong word, brother. But listen,
polarizing.
But I understand exactly what you meant. Because to have a woman essentially doing the same thing, having all the same responsibilities you have, plus that second shift
of taking care of you,
of being a traditional woman, and taking care of you and the family, that's a lot. That's a lot. Well, first of all, what made you call that conversation anyway? Like, what made you want to, bring that brother in the room and have that conversation?
We were sitting around and we're discussing why certain men are in the situations that they're in. And I just had to keep it real.
You just had to keep it real?
I just had to keep it real. I had to keep it real.
So, Yada, how did that conversation go? Because, as you know, we've touched this conversation a few times on the platform, and trust me, I'm with you.
Right.
I'm not for living a long-term 50-50 lifestyle with my woman.
Right.
But if I say that on the internet, I'm gonna be a simp. I'm gonna be a sucker. I'm gonna be a beta. I'm gonna be everything that comes with that. So being face to face with a brother who has this ideology, take us. First of all, you can see the emotion. If y'all watch that video, I want y'all to really watch the emotion on that brother, because it's a very emotional conversation. It's because you could really you're coming at almost an insecurity. His belief system is what you're coming at.
Right. It's being shaken. It's
being shaken and rattled. How do you feel that conversation progressed, as it went on? Do you feel like you actually got to that brother in a way where he, had a change of heart? Or do you think that this is like you don't think brothers are going to change from the ones that have that ideology?
Brother, when I think back on the conversation, it went like I was peeling layers off of an onion, and the more you peel the onion, the more your eyes start to water. And then you realize, man, this onion might really be good for me. And that's what it was with the brother. It was the anger, the frustration, the hostility, and not really towards me, but towards himself. And not just towards himself, but towards his father. Now he's thinking, man, I haven't been properly prepared the whole time. I'm thinking I'm a man because this is all I've seen. Now I have someone telling me I'm not a man, and he's living the way I want to live.
Yeah, that's a full body shock right there. Because you talking about some things that we don't, I can't even say we don't hear 50-50. We don't hear nothing.
Right.
Nobody talks about how to, provide for a family, what the allocations actually look like, what provision looks like.
Right. But when we do, they say stop.
That's a good point.
When we do, they say stop. When we say, nah, it shouldn't be 50-50. Every household is different. Every man is different. So you're telling me God just say, you do 100, you do 50, you do 25. Matter of fact, you do 0. And they're not they're not wondering why their home is just stuck in a state of hell. You're going against divine law. You're going against divine order. And when you go against the divine order, all hell breaks loose. Now your woman don't respect you. Your children don't respect you. You're coming home, talking about, can I get a hot meal? Your woman looking at you, can I get a hot meal? Come on, brothers.
So let me ask you this, because just to bring clarity to the conversation, I want to understand, because when the brothers that's 50-50, and I want to bring, because I don't think people understand what that really means if you're new to the conversation. These are brothers who have pretty much taken a pact to say that for the entire duration of their relationship, not a moment or phase, and I think that's the biggest, that's the key piece of information. The entire duration of this relationship, from start to finish, will be us splitting these bills, right? Because I think it's a good argument. What the brother that might have got married at 21 years old, first of all, at 21 as a man, we still finding ourselves, our identity, our purpose, and we definitely ain't found the paper.
But the only reason, because we weren't properly groomed. When you start going to these foreign countries, they're being taught to be husbands and wives at very young ages. We're not looking for husbands and wives in America. We're looking for someone to help us do our jobs. That's why men say, hey man, 50-50, she's my helpmate. A woman helping you do something and a woman doing half of your job is two different things. And this is what they're not understanding. Their women aren't helping them. Their women are doing their job.
So when you say, so let's talk provision. Okay. Because obviously it's clear that you stand on the side of provision. A man's job is to provide. I want you to walk us through that. What does providing look like?
When I choose a woman, or when a man should choose a woman, is because he's comfortable within himself. He's physically right, mentally right, spiritually right, intellectually he's being fed, and financially he's right. Now, when a man chooses a woman, he's not choosing a woman to help him do what he's supposed to do. He's choosing a woman to uplift his lineage, take care of his children. And if he's wise enough and he chooses a good woman, he'll pass her a company and say, baby, nurture this. We have to have vision. Men aren't having vision. And that's why you said a man will get into a relationship and be 50-50 for so long. The woman dies, it's still 50-50. But a man not realizing that he should get into a relationship when he can solely be the provider. Why? Because if the relationship doesn't work, you can still keep your home, you can still keep your car, you can still keep everything you have. But if this woman is making sure you're good half of the way, right? And you're doing half of the way, when that woman leaves, the half leaves with her. So now you can't afford that home. You can't afford that insurance. And this is what the men don't want to accept. Man, you're breaking them women. These are magnificent women. They're beautiful. They're handcrafted by God and given to us as a gift, and everything they touch, they nurture. We cause destruction. Men, we destroy. Women, they build. Even at a cellular level, they build.
Yeah. So I noticed that you did say that it's important that it's important that the men are getting a woman when they're financially together. Now, we understand that that's not always the case. A lot of brothers are getting married, it's not as often, but you got guys that get married right after college, some even in the military right after high school. I've seen a couple brothers like that as well. They're not in a position to be 100% or take 100% of the financial responsibility. Do you feel that that's a mistake for a man to take on that responsibility at that point in his life? Or is it okay to be at a point and be 50-50 temporarily and grow into that place as a man?
When a man chooses a woman, a man should be able to provide for that woman. Now, this doesn't mean shopping sprees and whatever you want. No, being able to keep a roof over her head, food in her mouth, clothes on her back. Now, that's just the physical. You also have to be there for her emotionally. And the only way you can do that is by being there for yourself emotionally, healing from childhood traumas. You have to be there for her mentally. You have to be there for her spiritually. See, most men believe 50-50 is just income. They think providing 100% is just income, because you also have men that provide 100%, but when it comes to the woman mentally, physically, and spiritually, he isn't doing anything. And that's why the man that doesn't have money is able to get the woman of the man that does have money, because the man that didn't have money can connect with her at that emotional level.
So this is the thing, y'all. I'm hearing that, and that's empowering me. You know what I mean? I feel good to hear you say that. I actually get very excited about that because that's my ambition. My ambition is to be this extremely strong man who's able to handle business on multiple fronts. But the average person, right, is people watching this right now that's like, that's ridiculous. That's me doing everything. That's me having to be, shoulder all of the responsibilities. So what do you say to the man that's not comfortable with receiving that message from you?
Brother, to be honest, for the man that's uncomfortable taking in the information, he is a disease to his family on every level. Financially, spiritually, mentally, intellectually, he is a dis-ease, meaning everywhere he goes, he brings a dis-ease type of energy.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, that's kind of one of those who had to let that one breathe for a second.
You gotta let that one breathe.
Oh, praise it.
And it's a hard message to swallow, especially for a lot of brothers, because when I'm really seeing the responses that these brothers are putting in the comments, and even have talked to brothers who understand and believe this, what I hear is that these brothers on a deep level don't really believe it is possible to put themselves at a position where they can bear that level of a responsibility. Whether that be they have never seen or been exposed to men who are able to create this level of abundance, and they've been, entrenched in such poverty and has really adopted this scarcity mindset, maybe grown with a single mom that struggled, or grown in a household where everybody was penny pinching and it was that true struggle. So they don't even really see that as a possibility. So when you having this conversation with them, it's like, yo, inflation is kicking our behinds right now. You got the average. We need to make, 120,000 as a household to be able to live comfortably.
Yo, what was that comment that you talked about the guy made on Yada's post?
I mean, that was so childish.
No, but see, the thing is, that gives you the collective mindset of the person that might be hearing this.
A brother in the comments put, we can't all be some rich guy picking, herbs in the jungle like you are, whatever the case is.
Right.
Because obviously Yada's known for putting out great supplements for the people.
But it was really it really gave you an insight to his mindset, because that was, we can't all be happy. We can't all be financially free and capable to accomplish these feats that you have. That's what it meant. That's what, I mean, when you really think about that person, this person is smiling. This person got financial and time freedom. This person is picking their own herbs out their own garden.
And
we can't do that.
And I'm gonna be honest. Every brother that we brought up here, and I told Yada this before we even had this conversation, because we picked we have interviews with, I guess, before, during, and after the show. And so the best conversations is off camera. And the reality of the situations, y'all see the caliber of brothers we have on here. I like to get into the brother's family, and I like to ask how they managing that part of their life. I'm gonna be honest. I have not had one brother who has ever been on this Harley Initiated platform that said that they are in a 50-50 situation with their woman. And that's not to say that they were not in a situation where they said, my woman held me down at this point in my life because I was down bad. Or at the beginning of the relationship, I wasn't all the way together and she held down that part of the relationship. But eventually, the thing is, eventually they all had ambitions and desires to change that. They were uncomfortable in that part. And that's the scariest part of that. Those brothers, they have complete comfort.
Yes.
Knowing that their woman is.
Wait, now see, because I want to challenge this. And I'm just the voice of the people right now.
Be the voice.
And I think this is great. I think this is great because I want to open this up, Yada, because we actually have somebody sent over a super chat. Shout out to Faceless Man. Very interesting username, by the way. He says, it's not about comfort. It's about doing what's optimal for your family. I'd argue that if your wife is working and she's not contributing financially, that you are a bad leader. So Yada, let me ask you this. Must a wife's contribution always be financial?
We have to understand the assignments given to us by God. Let's do the mathematical equation of God. A man is supposed to be 100% provider and protector. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Can we agree that a woman's supposed to be 100% nurturer?
Yeah.
Or can we agree that a child's supposed to be 100% child?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, now let's do the math. You have man only doing 50% of his job, meaning the woman has to come and do 50% of his job and also 50% of her job. So she's doing 50% providing, 50% nurturing. So if she's unable to nurture 100%, who picks up her slack? The child. And that's why the child is always raising the siblings. And some children are closer to the one that raised them, their brother or sister, than they are their own parent.
Or the grandma.
So listen to me.
Yeah.
Now, man is at 50%. Woman's at 100%. Child is at 100%. Why do you think they're so upset when you tell them you should be doing more? Don't argue with me, argue with God.
Well, Yada, what about mental health? Because I think that's one of the things that, those same people also would argue. So, hey, Yada, listen, I understand that I have to do X, Y, Z. But this is the thing. Don't we have enough on our shoulders? Right?
But see, again,
what about my mental health?
Bro, that's not a man talking. That's a traumatized boy in a man's body. A man knows he's capable. A man knows he has to go hunt to eat. A man never said, oh, it's war. Let me grab my queen off the throne. Hey, queen, come on, shoot this for me. Where they do that at? Those are men that are mentally, physically, and spiritually sick, man. They're devils. That's a devil's mentality.
Wow. And first of all, that's heavy. That's heavy. You gotta just call first of all, I want to get a poll on this.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I want to get a poll on this for the people right now, because I want to understand just who is in here. I want to just of the pure ideology.
And look, we got 1,000 people in the live chat right now.
Already 20 minutes in, 1,000 people already in here. So this is going to be a show. This is going to be a show. I absolutely want to figure this out. I want to know who in here, and I really want to hear from the brothers. I hope. But I want to know who in here subscribes to the 50-50 ideology. I want to see.
And how do we distinguish that? Because I think some people may say 50-50 temporarily. Some people actually, I'm gonna put that as an option.
There you go.
There we go.
Drop that. Drop that in the chat. Drop that in the chat, because there's a lot of controversy around this.
Right.
Because some of the brothers are like, these women don't want us until we at the finish line. Right. That's what some of the brothers think. And there's, again, it's just an insecurity in that, because I don't think brothers truly see themselves being able, in the economy in the world that we live in, to put themselves at the helm of the family and truly take on that responsibility, with especially the reality of women also producing income,
right,
and competing,
right,
in the job marketplace, right. Now, let me ask you this, because I want to kind of see the opposite end of the spectrum here with you as well, because for the ladies that feel that they should not be home and that they should not put their career aside for family, would you see that as the equal energy, or that being equivalent to the 50-50 man? Is that just as dangerous for the woman to have that mindset that I'm not going to put my career aside to be able to create and grow this family? Even if you tell me and allow me to have that freedom.
If a man has a woman that is pursuing a career, that should be the choice of that couple. But that man should still be able to provide wholeheartedly for his family.
Okay.
So regardless of what this woman chooses to do or not, the man is responsible for being a man. Now, I would love to correct and check our sisters, but I'm not a woman. So I'll only correct and check men. And then the men get so caught up in their emotions when you start to correct them, they reveal the boy trapped in a man's body, to the point they say, what about the women? Talk about the women. Stop picking on us. No, brother. Strap your boots up, brother. Strap your boots up. And then to add on to what you were saying earlier, the problem is these men want the trophy before the race. They're not qualified for the trophy. The trophy is the woman. The woman should want you when you won the race. She should. What woman wants to pick the weakest of the litter? No woman says, I'm going to pick the weakest of the litter. Never. Now the thing is, there's been so many 50-50 men that women think this is all there is. To the point women are teaching their daughters, hey, don't depend on no man. Get your own money. And the only reason this comes is because men, we failed them. We failed our women. I can't blame the woman if I'm the protector and the provider. If my job is to protect the woman, I have to protect her on all levels. That's mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially.
Understood. No, I mean, and listen, first of all, I'm with you on that one, Yada. I really want to, just so you know, guys, we are going to have the initiation hotline a little bit later today. So I do want to be able to, we're going to take this conversation to the next level. We want the people to be involved. So y'all go ahead and y'all stay patient with us. Ron, we got that poll ready for the people?
I'm about to drop that poll because we got to get the people involved, because I think it's some deeper rooted issues. Because I think some people are going to stick to the topical, hey, but women can work too. But hey, what about all of my other responsibilities? Just the things that are not really at the core of the issue. And it's so much various pieces of information put out. Both men and women are very confused about what's actually the healthiest.
Right.
So we got to get the people involved. So I'm dropping the poll. Okay.
Crazy.
Finance only. This contingent, or this is based on finance only. Which relationship structure do you subscribe to? This is finance only. And I got 3 options. I got 50-50 4L. That's 50-50 for life, 50-50 forever. All right. I got 50-50 until 100% from man. So that means that you're going to do 50-50 until your man get it together.
Yeah.
And I think it's safe to assume that those women probably have, a little lifespan on how long it's going to take for him to get it together.
Absolutely.
Right? And then we got the third, which I'm very curious about. allocation is based on income. So it could be 90-10, it could be 80-20, it could be 60-40. Pretty much whoever makes the most money pays the most, whatever breakdown that is. So we got 62 votes in. So I want y'all to put y'all votes in. Again, finance only. Which relationship structure do you subscribe to? And I'm gonna let that run for a second.
You know what I like that you said though? I do like that you said that typically a lot of that pain, which I never heard brought up before, ends up falling on a child. Because we've seen a lot of households, whether we've seen the version of it in a single mother household, whether we've seen the version of it in just an impoverished household altogether, where everybody just got to be really.
Let me ask you a question real quick. What's the difference between a man going 50-50 with a woman and a man not being in a household whatsoever?
The difference is that the man still sees the human dynamic of a man and a woman in a house. So, which I think there's a level of health in that, assuming that they figured out how to have synergy in that household. But with the man just completely not being present, you know, it could be some abandonment issues in there with, you know, that child not necessarily having that, you know, potentially seeing different men come into the house. It's just so many different exposure with a man not necessarily being there versus, you know, and I don't know, because I think it's levels to 50-50 too, because I don't know, like maybe if it's like some kind of, you know, Huxtable kind of situation where, you know, they're both at a high level and they're both working in this way, because that does exist in our society. I would say that. I don't know if I would subscribe that to the 50-50 mindset, but there is the dual household working family that does exist. Right? Where the man and the woman is working. For example, we had Dr. Tart come up here and he said the way they structured it, him and his wife, they're both high income earners. All of his money handles all of the bills that's taking place. And he said his wife's income is just everything that goes into the investments and everything that, you know, just kind of gets put away to handle everything for the future, college tuitions, investments, so on and so forth. And that's kind of how they found synergy in their finances. But essentially, y'all, the issue with that is there's still nobody fully at home nurturing the kids.
There we go.
Yeah.
So do you think can that still be healthy?
Listen, you have the man there, right?
Yeah.
He's stressed. You have the woman there. She's stressed. The child, depressed. Now, all the people growing up, not knowing how to love a man or love a woman, we've seen both parents on the plantation. Or one deeply on a plantation. Something's wrong. We're going against divine order. The reason why you see so many depressed and stressed children, man, is because everybody's gone. We're going against divine order. And then we grow up and you tell a man, be 100. I'm not going to be 100. No, I can't do it. My mom took care of me. No, oh man, no, man. Now, brother, be 100. Oh, my dad and my mom was in the house and they both worked. I'm like, oh man, this is a disease, a real psychological disease, because it first starts in the mind. For a man not wanting to be a man, something really had to happen. Now we have to go back down deep. When's the first time you seen a man, woman, and child stressed out and all working together? Now we going to slavery, brother. Come on, this is deep-rooted trauma.
It is.
There's no nation that rises higher than their women. None. Most nations protect their women. Oh, you ain't going to talk about my women. You're not going to put your hands on my women. You're not going to disrespect my women.
You're not going to see them in an inappropriate light.
Man, you're not going to see them working for nobody else. Maybe their restaurants, their stores, their gas stations, but not for nobody else. We send our women out, man.
Yeah.
To work for other men. And they get mad why these women are respecting their bosses more than they respect their own husband. The boss is doing more. The boss is putting food on the table. The boss is making sure the rent's paid. This is deep, man. This is deep. And this is why the woman on the plantation respected the master more than anything else. We got it, man. We got to get right, brother. We got to get
so
right.
You think so the healthiest version of this household, of our household, it needs to be the woman full time
on the throne. On the throne. That's what it is. The throne. Not their slaving. How can a woman produce a healthy child when she's stuck in a state of stress and depression? Majority women are not working the careers they choose. They're working jobs they have to because they're dealing with a man that can't hold it down.
Now, what about the woman who, because this is the thing, I do support women who want to go out and, you know, they have for whatever reason, their type of ambition or level of ambition, you know, leaves the household. Like they want to do something outside the house. That's just what they're driven to do. So I got respect for that. I understand
Definitely.
that. But I do think it is a woman out there who has adopted that mindset, yet it's because she doesn't want to admit how stressed she is really doing this. It's like, wow, are you really happy going to all these conferences and all these different situations with all these men that don't want to respect you initially unless you super hard, trying to hit on you and take you to the back and being inappropriate, which you give you sexual harassment on top of sexual harassment, coming home, having to give 10 times what everybody else is giving at your job, more than the white women, more than the black men, more than the white men, right? Why do you think that those women aren't open to seeing things in a new light, to maybe being receptive of potentially being a full-time caregiver?
Because it's a programming. If you've only seen your mom work, you believe it's normal. Just like the man. If the man only see the woman work, the woman gotta be in the field. I know men that say, I'm not dating a woman unless she's working and paying half of the bills.
I hear that too, a lot. The thing is, the women are confused. They're very confused because, I mean, it's a numbers game. It's difficult to find connection. Now, as a woman, how do you position yourself when you got some men want you to work but don't pay the bills? Some men want you to work and pay the bills. Some men want you to be full-time caregiver.
With the man being a leader. Now, women have had bad experiences. So you have men that'll provide 100% financially, but emotionally, they're disrespectful, they're physically abusive, they're mentally abusive, they're verbally abusive, but they're paying everything. So they believe their finances allow them to do whatever they want. So you got those women that experience that, oh, I'm never doing that again.
Right, it's too dangerous.
And then you have the women that's been programmed since a child. You can marry a man, you can have children with a man, but you never trust a man. You always get your own money. And then you have the women that get into relationships with men that can provide everything, but they have careers. So the man can still take care of them regardless of the fact they're just choosing to do something they love.
Wow.
Actually, let's go ahead and close out that poll that you had there because I think we got enough votes on that.
And we got the super chats pop. Oh my God, the super chats is going nuts
go
right
ahead,
now.
Go ahead. Let's get
I'm gonna close out this vote. 321 votes, ladies and gentlemen, and we got 1,300 people in the chat. Minister Yada is going down right now.
Yes.
So this was the poll we dropped. Financial only, right? Which relationship structure do you subscribe to? 50-50 forever, 50-50 until 100% for man, or it's based on income? So this is the thing. We got 50-50 until 100% for man at 53%. So it looks like men and women voted on this poll now. It looks like a little bit over half the people are like, look, let's do 50-50 until you in a position to work it out and take care of everything on your own. But we got these other people. I don't know who these other people are. At 40%, that's saying it's based on how much whoever make the most money, pretty much.
Wow, 40%.
40%.
Wow, I'm really shocked by that.
I am too.
I'm really shocked by that. Look, actually, we
who was voting on that?
Matter of fact, we 36 minutes in, so let's activate.
Oh man, okay.
Let's activate this members only chat, and also let's go ahead and let's get to some of these super chats because the people are asking questions. We want to get to y'all because I don't want them to pile up a little too much.
See if you see Anthony Logan. Shout out to Anthony Logan. We actually did an episode with him. He's in the Harley Initiated catalog. Anthony sent over a super chat. I want you to read that one because I want y'all to give us some insight on that mindset.
Wait, like these things are piling. I don't even know if I can see.
Yeah.
Hold on, man, let me check it out.
Hey, be patient with us, y'all. I'm about to cut on this members only chat. This thing the members been asking for. So I know if you subscribe, listen, we appreciate you. We love you. If you like it, you share it. We still love you and appreciate it. But the thing is, we have to grow our family of initiates. They've been riding for us. They've been supporting us. They've been guiding the channel. They the ones who told us to bring Essence Atkins on the show, which we dropped yesterday, did 130,000 in 24 hours. So I have to show love. Oh, what did I say?
130,000 people. Don't let people think we getting $130,000.
right.
That's viewership.
130,000 views.
All right, so Anthony, he said, I'll pay the bills. I'll pay all the bills, but she needs to work, kids or no kids.
See, okay, so that's what I want to ask you, because I think Anthony is speaking from a place that's like, look, my goal is to take care of everything, but what the hell is my wife going to be doing? So I want to ask you this, because I think people are confused by this. What does a full-time wife who is not responsible for any of the finances, what does that look like?
Okay.
What does work look like for
So
her?
we have to understand that family, the dynamic is the first business. Period. It's the first business. If a person is not successful
Drop
with
a
the
sound on that
family
one.
structure, he will not be successful in life with anything. I don't care. I don't care. He won't be wealthy. You can't be wealthy without the proper family structure. You might be able to be rich. It might not go down to the next generation, but you can't be wealthy without the proper family structure. So the man is the head. He leads. That doesn't mean he doesn't take understanding from his wife. You know, that's his eyes, his ears, his extra brain. The man is building. The man takes what he builds and gives to the woman. The woman is a divine nurturer by God. By God. My woman doesn't have to go work for somebody else. Why? Because I'm going to give her a company to nurture. When I put this demonstration down, this blueprint down, I made my first $1 million. First $1 million. My first. Because I understand what we do with the woman. So you're leading, you're building, you're creating. You're also guiding your woman's mind. She's nurturing. She loves you. You're on the same team. Now you created this. You give to her. She nurtures. You're on to something else. If you're doing everything by yourself, if you're waking up and just going to work, and you're waking up and you're going to work, and she's waking up and she's going to work, no one's going to win. I've never seen two people working jobs they can't stand become wealthy. Never. They've been stuck in poverty the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time. Why? Because the blueprint is messed up, brother. We think that we as men, we believe that we need a woman to help us provide. God didn't give that woman to us for that. And that's why we're stuck the way we are. We can't elevate because we don't understand what she's used for. The woman is a magic wand, brother. The woman is truly a gift from God. She's a divine nurturer, but the stuff we give her to nurture is stress. We give her depression to nurture. We give her attitudes to nurture. And then we get mad when she's in a state of chaos and disrespecting us because we gave her all these things to nurture. Give her something great to nurture. Don't have her on the field. She's going to be tired. Now she can't even nurture and take care of you. We got it. We have to get right, man.
I never see one thing we haven't talked about, and I like that you brought this up. You said it's the family business. We don't understand that.
The first business.
And see, let me tell you, first of all, the reason we don't see is because most of our parents wasn't really running the family business right. They didn't put us on game at how family business should look. So if a brother grew up in a house where he saw his mom working, that is what is normal. So on a day-to-day basis, I guess at this point, like he literally can't even envision what her day looks like. He imagined her eating potato chips, sitting down, watching soap operas,
doing nothing,
spending money on Amazon, and him coming home and, stressed out, tired, and her just,
she tired from shopping.
But see, this is a man that needs to really sit down and realize what a man truly is. We don't know what a man is to ourselves. So if we don't know who we are, we're going to think she's sitting home eating bonbons all day. No, a woman has a divine job, man. Her job isn't easy and it doesn't stop. It's 24 hours around the clock. And then you have some men that'll even have pregnant women working at 6 months, man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Don't go into
please,
it. I seen that. I'm not gonna lie.
Like looking at them like when you going back to work and can you work a couple more months type deal.
I don't even like seeing pregnant women work.
Man, it's not that, but think about it. Then they give birth. I'm talking about, this is some pain a man can't even comprehend.
Yeah.
I delivered all my children. I've seen what my woman went through. I'm like, oh no. And then I see how long it takes her to heal. I'm seeing women right after they give birth go right.
Hold on.
No,
You got the mic. Get it right. Go ahead, Lano.
We good?
Yeah, we good.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm seeing.
No. Listen, let me tell you. I'm like, yo, he was really shocked. I'm like, you was really hurt by that. I was like,
Really?
yeah. I'm like, wow. Okay, he passionate about this.
But no. I want you to keep going.
Now, brother, it's the fact that we're watching women right after they give birth go right back to work. Don't you know a child needs to skin with their mother? Don't you know the child needs the breast milk from their mother for their immune system to work at the top level? It does something to them psychologically, spiritually.
The value is not really understood of what that caretaker, full-time caretaker looks like. I shout out to Stefan Arnio, who passed away. He wrote The Queen, the Oracle, the Princess, and the Whore. And he talked about that the woman working full-time in a household, it should be valued at, I want to say, is $80,000 a kid, right? That's what the value.
I think it was somewhere like
that. Yeah, within the household. That's that's the monetary or annual value in terms of salary per kid for a woman once she's working full time in the household.
Right.
So if your woman got 3 kids, that's what $270,000 is what she should be valued at if it was like a corporate job.
And I see, and I think, and that's where the brothers are struggling, because all they seeing is the numbers on the bills. And we don't really know how to put the value on actually sitting with a child and teaching them how to count. You know, like sitting with a child and making sure that this child is not being parented by the iPhone or the iPad, but you know, this child at a very early age can walk really fast. Like you'll notice that the kids that even have a mother at home, they walking faster. They talking faster.
Yes.
They counting. They're reading faster than other kid. Yes. Like they have this level of wit, and their development is sped up. But see, it's very hard to quantify the value of these things. And just as in general, I don't think we put a big value on family in general as a culture, because really we just throwing our kids in daycare and public school systems and putting iPhones in front of their face. And that's a big part of how we raise that child.
Because
nowadays.
we stepped away from divine order. We turned this beautiful woman that was divinely a gift from God into a whore. We turned her into a baby making machine.
Yeah.
We've disrespected her, left her unprotected on each and every level. And now you're seeing a product of us not protecting and guiding her. And that's is what you see: broken men not knowing how to be loved, and broken women not knowing how to be loved by men. This comes from the home, brother.
Let's actually talk. I'm gonna hit some of these super chats while you're doing what you do, Ryan.
It's going crazy right now. So listen, shout out to everybody who sent over the birthday wishes. Yes, November 24th just passed. I am officially 35 years old.
Happy birthday to my boy.
All praises. And the eligible bachelor, by the way. Strong man. Getting stronger day by day, baby. And look, 100%.
You better not be on that 50-50 shit over here.
100% from day one.
Oh, praise.
From day one. So shout out to BJ, shout out to J Peaks, and shout out to Crystal Garderis for sending over that bomb super chat. And I got a couple other ones. Soy, I'm gonna get to yours. There's so many I want to get to, but I want to stop with this one real quick. Yali just sent in one, then I'm gonna go to Soy because she's got a really good one. Yali says, all of the women that I know who financially needed to go back to work after starting their families all fell into deep depression. So you got this guy that you're talking to, and you telling him, you asking him about all these things that his wife is doing. You asking her if she cooks, she take care of him, and she also working 16-hour days.
Right.
So clearly this is a man who may not have noticed some of the signs that his woman was actually having some mental struggles.
Let me just add on, not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Let me cut you off in a righteous way, brother. Excuse me. Excuse me. First, we have to understand, when after women give birth, they lose so many minerals and vitamins. They become malnourished. So now if they're malnourished and they're stuck in a stressful environment, depression sets in. Deep down anxiety set in. Now they don't even want to touch their child. They're always crying. They're looking at their man like, you say you love me, but you got me going through this. I don't think men really sit back and say, what is my woman going through? After giving birth, losing all this blood, she's malnourished, she's not eating correctly. I'm not being able to connect with her on an emotional level because I don't know how. I never seen my father do it to my mother or my mother do it to another man. These women are, bro, they hurting, man. And all these women needed some love. All these women needed some protection. And most women don't even want a man to do 100. They'll be comfortable with 55, 60. And men don't even know how to do that. They can't even say, baby, thank you for helping me. Baby, thank you for making my food. Baby, thank you for giving me children. Baby, thank you for just loving me. Because most men struggle with loving themselves. That's why we can't love no woman. We can't project the love. We don't know how to love ourselves. And that's why you say, man, be 100. It's not the fact that they just want to be 50-50. They don't know nothing else. And they hurt and they feel ashamed. That's why they're triggered. They know deep down inside, I should be doing more. You're looking at the woman that just gave you a child, a woman that tells you, I love you, a woman that literally right after pushing out a baby for you, went on the workforce for you to prove how much she loves you and her family. The nature of a woman, the loyalty of a woman is godly, man. But we're robbing them. We're robbing them of their true self, their true enjoyment. And that's why you see these women and these children all walking around depressed because the woman is the first teacher. Now, what is she teaching them?
Let me tell you, if I would have heard this kind of talk growing up, I probably would have been married already. Because every time I hear a man speak like this, I only think about getting a wife. I mean, it's like, I'm like, yeah, I want a woman to be able to take care of like that. That gets me extremely excited. Now, the thing is, a part of the reason why we started the show is because we know we need to hear it constantly.
No, we need all of us
Definitely. To hear it constantly.
Need to hear this.
Because I think it's something about that that's so empowering, because it does give you a glimpse into what the next level looks like as a man. And I think that's partly a part of the reason why so many men go into this midlife crisis, because after they have accumulated the finances and some level of status, right, and some level of structure for themselves, now they don't know what else is next. So they go to, you know what, now that I have this financial capability, instead of taking on more responsibility, not just more responsibility, the right type of responsibility, which is storing over a wife and a family, let me go get a convertible. Let me go get the Harley. You know what I mean? Let me start doing all these things that I think I missed out on, rather than take the next step.
I just want to say, I'm so happy to hear these brothers speaking like that, and it's not that this was a good one to start with, because it's not that these brothers are opposing. These brothers are in agreement that this is how men are supposed to treat and be as men. And I just think this is amazing that these brothers all agree. And he was like, he get excited when he hear, this kind of talk, because he never heard it before, when he was younger. And most men don't. They don't know how to treat women, how to be married, how to take care of their household, what their position is. Most men don't know that, because we know that we came up under these curses, so that we wasn't given a lot of things because we were under the curses. But this is a good conversation to hear about men and how they these brothers are really like soaking in this information. It's a blessing. Praise Ahaya, Bahashim Yeshaya. Even though the brother who's bringing the information, he don't even know who he is. He's, under a Muslim kind of thing. But that's okay, because even though he's saying, oh, glory and praise to the Most High, he'll find his way to the Most High, Ahaya, I'm sure. But this resonates with these men, and it's a blessing to see it, that these men are learning their role and what responsibility is, and the fact that now they know that they weren't being responsible. And it's just a blessing. I'm just so grateful to Ahaya that I even ran across this conversation, with this brother, feeding these men, so that they will know what to do and how to do, and what's expected of them. A lot of guys always say, yeah, I'm a provider, but they don't know what that means, and they don't know what it entails. you know, and they will allow women to do their job, and then they get mad when women take on these aggressive, you know, personalities and attitude. It's because they had to act like men all the whole time since we came across that boat, you know, on those slave ship boats, women have been taking on this responsibility, and it was never their responsibility. And not just the financial part, but the emotional part, you know, the spiritual part of it. This is what the Most High, a higher, ordained men to be and to know. And that's why when you come to other countries, that's what these men are doing in these other countries. They take care, like, you don't even see these women out shopping. They don't shop for their food. The men do everything. They take care of everything. These women are at home, taking care of the children, and they cleaning their houses all day. This is what they do. They take care of the things, you know, from what the men, you know, gives them to do outside of, you know, like he's saying, companies, praise the higher, you know, businesses and things like that. That's what we should be doing, nurturing what the man, his dreams and his goals are. But we don't know none of that. You know, the woman lost her place because the man lost his place. And this is I just got to give all glory and praise to a higher for revealing this, you know? Okay. And that these other men are in agreement. That's the big thing. They ain't pushing back and they ain't fighting. Praise the higher.
Into manhood.
Right.
So I really feel empowered by what you're saying. And I want to ask you this real quick, because Soy, shout out to Soy.
Shout out
one of
Soy.
the hardcore initiates.
Yeah.
Sent over a real thought-provoking situation, because she says, shout out to Soy Rain, and she says, we're talking about this without making the line clear of whether this is in marriage or not. So talk about this topic in dating and not living together, okay, versus being in a marriage, because a lot of women want 100% to zero, and they're just dating. So I guess to kind of rephrase it is, when is a woman deserving and should expect to get this level of taking care of?
As soon as she says, I'm your woman, that means I'm your responsibility.
Ooh.
Because
so that could be pre-marriage.
Because if we're dating, yeah, we're about to get married. What am I entertaining you for? I'm a man. I got too much going on. I don't have time for those distractions. So if I'm entertaining you, it's for you to be a wife. So if you say, yes, I'm yours, I'm loyal to you, you're my responsibility, because I want food when I want it, because I'm working hard. She has to be soft. She can't be tired. Men will have these women working 8-9 hours with them and then say, baby, can you make some food for me? Baby, can you rub my back? No, man, it don't go like that. 50-50 men don't deserve what 100 men deserve. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
First of all,
I mean, that's very clear.
Honestly, that's extremely
very clear.
That's extremely clear, and it makes a lot of sense, because it is. I mean, at the end of the day, you're right. Like, I can't imagine that at the point of marriage, right when you say I do, all of this stuff just magically kick in.
Right.
Like, it is a point where the responsibility kicks in well before. Like, you don't the relationship, really, the marriage. Don't get me wrong. It's the union. It's the ritual that we take place to solidify what has happened. But we've already been acting in this prior to the actual ceremony itself. You know, so I think that's a really great answer. Let's run through a couple more of these super chats before we get to the initiation hotline, Ryan.
Okay, cool. So we got another one. Shout out to Ashley Boone for sending over the super chat. Shout out to Creole Butterfly. Great question, Creole. She says, how do I heal while currently in a relationship where my significant other refuses to provide according to the divine order, even though he is able? This is tough.
Is my real answer, can I be honest?
You can be absolutely honest. We need that.
If this has been going on for a long time, this is just the man he is. You either accept it or you leave him. That's it. That's simple. You either accept him or leave him. Me, I would say leave him. That's just me being honest. But hey.
Well, I mean, at that point, you just already, if you stay in that relationship, you just understand the scope of work that's gonna come, with that relationship. And I think, the ladies are really just, may have had, a lot of ladies are not having the best experiences dating.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's a true, something is better than nothing.
No, let's do this.
Situation
Let's do this. Ladies, my beautiful, beautiful sisters. Stop pouring so much into men just because they have potential. Because when they show you that they're not going to be who they are, you've already invested so much that you will feel dumb if you left them. People would talk about you if you left them. You've done invested in them financially. You've done invested in them physically, mentally, spiritually. You've been pouring into these men for so long, praying that they become better. Leave them, cut them off, throw them away. It's over with. It's over with. These are not leaders. These are leeches. It's a difference.
Now, let me ask you this, because this is an interesting situation here. Do you believe that every woman deserves an 100% man?
No. If you cannot maintain 100% man, what are you gonna do? Can you cook? I don't want McDonald's and Wendy's when I come home or when I fly back into the country.
Nah, that's a fact.
I want someone that knows how to maintain the children. I want someone that knows if I give you a lump sum of money, man, listen, for instance, my wife, I left her. She said, baby, I need such and such and such amount of money. I said, okay, cool. I came back to a whole mansion, brother. A whole mansion. That's the type of men, that's the type of women that men like me need, or men that go 100%. But I will say this too. Men will attract what they are. Women will attract what they are, or, because we got some men that's some great pretenders. We got some great actors out here.
That's true.
Unless they get emotionally caught up before they realize it's lies. Now they're invested. So they'll stay with a liar.
Interesting.
Extremely.
So I think that's a really good question to ask yourself, because we got a lot of ladies in the chat, of course, saying facts. I just want you to reflect on whether or not because we got to be honest with ourselves.
Facts.
Or can we maintain a kingdom?
All praises.
Can we grow and nurture a kingdom?
All praises.
Have we done the work on ourselves in that way?
All praises.
That's some hell of a self-reflection.
And then see, there's another thing. Then there's so many women, and I love you, sisters. I really want you to understand. I love you guys with a passion. There's so many women that's been masculine for so long, that's dwelling their masculine for so long. Even if they meet a man that's willing to do everything, they don't know how to put down their shields, their swords. Nah, man, they got to learn how to be women again.
Listen, I agree with that so much, man. Let me ask you this, because shout out to Juanita Crispin. Not only did she join the initiatives, but she also sent over a super chat. And I actually want Tyshawn to share a story about this. And I'm sure both y'all can chime into this, because you've spoken, I'm sure in the past month, you probably spoken to the king of 50-50 relationships, whoever that might be, and all his cronies. But anyway, so Juanita says it should be 50% of each person. She says, if I make 60K and my husband makes 100K, it's not fair for me to have to pay half when we are not bringing in the same income. Now that's more so overcoming, okay? But I want you to describe actually, and I want to start with Tyshawn, because you mentioned this. Describe, because I don't think all women really know what a 50-50 man looks like. I don't really think. So I want you to describe it. You remember, you know what I'm referring to?
Yeah. I've seen it on the pettiest levels. I've seen it on the pettiest levels, man. Because this is a brother who truly believes that regardless of circumstance, of income, whatever the quantifiable numbers are that it takes to run a household, you are to bring 50% of that amount of income to the pot, or you are not contributing to this family. And I've seen it so much speaking to ladies. You talking about I've had guys like aggressively contact women. Like, hey, remember that time when you ain't had your card and we was at dinner? Yeah. I need that $12.50 because I remember I paid the whole thing and I tipped because you didn't have your card and you said you was going to put it down and you didn't. So I need that $12.50, please. You want to know, like, you want to know the fastest way to just, I'm sorry, I was about this to after dark, but to dry a woman up, I mean, to just completely turn her off and to just completely lose all intimate interest in you as a man is to just be a penny pinching brother. And I'm giving y'all the pettiest levels of this, but again, this is a brother who expects a woman for the long term of the relationship to bring half of whatever the financial contribution is to, carry out whatever lifestyle it is they want to carry out. This is the 50-50 brother, but go ahead, Ryan.
So yeah, I mean, I just thought that was because at the most pettiest levels, this person, he really holding you accountable. Like, hey, babe, did you pay your half of the bill yet? Babe, listen, I've been paying my half of the bill on time on the first every month. It's the second of the month. Why can't you pay your bills on the first of the month?
But see, these are roommates. These are not even wives. These are not even. They're not claiming these women, because when a man claims a woman, he'll go to war and hot water for her. So if a man's not willing to work for you, how can he even say it's love? How can a man say I love you, but baby, you got to go out here with me too? We got to go to war. No, we're not moving like that, man. They got the game messed up. They're hurt, they're broken, and they're confused. And these aren't men. These aren't men. They think they're men. They look like men. They sound like men. They can go to jail like men, but these aren't men.
So y'all, let me tell you. So because we got you on the show, let me take a look at this thing. We got 1,700 people live in the chat. And the thing about it, y'all, the chat is getting so crazy. We just don't get just the average viewer or initiate in there.
Yeah,
we get people in the space in the chat that have become members. So shout out to Anthony Logan, shout out to SBU Live, and shout out to my man Anton Daniels.
All praises.
I'm not sure you're familiar with Anton Daniels, but he actually has a popular YouTube channel and platform in the space as well. And I'm gonna read this comment, especially because he shows so much love with this $100 super chat. But he says, love the show, but this is hilarious. Great platform. Love the simping. We gotta open up the phone lines, man.
Okay, I just want to stop it right there and just interject, because this brother that's about to come on, his name is Daniels or whatever his name is. He is a Kevin Samuels, die hard. So he's one of the brothers that's in the manosphere, and he's been pushing the whole Kevin Samuel ideology. Even though he's married, he has a wife, and he holds out his family and stuff. He just really, really goes hard on what Kevin Samuels brought forth, and he stands by it. And it's just horrible how these men are about this, all this Kevin Samuels stuff, and how they feel about women, promoting this, division between men and women. Because this other brother here, Yada Awakening, and I thought this was profound, that he even, like, his awakening, he came to the knowledge of the truth about relationships, how men are supposed to be, and these brothers is so much kickback, and pushback, that they can't take it, because they want to keep the division going, with men and women. So I just wanted to bring this out. This brother is from the manosphere, and he's part of the problem, and he's calling them simps already, even before he comes on. Okay, so here we go.
Hey,
he saw us that shade.
There's some shade coming on here.
I hope you're hearing this right now. I hope you at the studio, because I will be very curious to bring you up on the call and get your perspective on this. Because yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, yeah, absolutely.
Can we speak on this real quick for a second, please?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Lionel, go ahead. Pull up that initiation hotline. It's time to go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and let's put the link in there. Y'all come on up. I want Anton in here to come up here and chop it up with us here. Listen, I want mature men.
Yes.
If you can maturely have a conversation with, and you disagree, I'm okay with that. And any ladies that are currently in or have had a 50-50 situation, I want you to be able to come up here as well.
And tell us what tonight. It looks like. Tell us what concerns, what questions that you have for Yada. I know a lot of y'all are dating men, trying to figure out which philosophy or which structure is the best, which one you're going to sign up to. I know it's women that are currently in relationships that are having issues with the philosophy that they have agreed to, committed to. even some of those women have accepted a ring on their finger under philosophy that they completely disagree with. And I just generally know is men that are not fans of this particular philosophy that Yada is putting down. So only this thing, and we don't want you to come up here if you don't have no talking points behind what you stand on.
Yeah, so
otherwise you just a troll.
Yes,
please don't come on here and be uneducated because we're gonna kick you off.
We need your age, your location, and I want the perspective brief. And listen, y'all, you know we say it brief and brilliant. Ryan, I went ahead and put that in the chat. I put that in the chat for you. So you guys come in. I need your cameras on because I'm only gonna bring people up that got the cameras on, got their lighting together, and are prepared to speak. So go ahead, guys, and come on in here. It is video. You know, the initiation hotline is video. We got the link in the chat. Ryan is about to pin it. I dropped it in here a few times. You click that link, you come and put your name, and I will let you bring you on stage, and we'll have a conversation.
We gotta have
meantime,
drop that hotline blink again. I love that, man. Drop that Drake.
I know when that hotline blink.
So here's what we're gonna do. Let's get while people are coming in here. Let's go ahead and take another super chat because we gotta. Matter of fact, I'm gonna shout out Crystal here. Shout out to Crystal. Is that Galdarici? I see Galdarici.
I see that. Yeah. Look, we got the Espanol going in the Spanish name.
Queens are the second most powerful piece on the board. Her main job is to protect the king. I know many may not agree, and it is okay. Big shout out.
Yeah, just a lot of comments going in. Shout out to Lady K's Kitchen, highly blessed. Shout out to K2. Shout out to Kuala Mia Collins, or it could be Kayla Maya, depends if you're from East Atlanta or not. Shout out to Shy T. Shout out to Kiana Channel, Key, Kara, Michelle, Crystal, Anthony, everybody joining the YouTube membership, the Initiate family, and shout out to Jalayla Allen. I don't know if y'all seen that episode, but I think it was it Pimp and Ken that we had on the show?
Yeah.
We had Jalayla calling. Was that the same show?
No. That was Dr. Darius Daniels.
She called Dr. Darius Daniels episode. This
big
young lady is
20
years old watching the platform.
That's a little sis.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, Jalayla. This might be a 20-year-old question right here. Let me ask this question real quick. What would you suggest? Shout out to Jalayla. What would you suggest for a couple where the woman works but the man stays at home? What would you say about? See, that's what that's
embarrassing.
So basically, what would you say about the dynamic in the terms of how he can still present himself as masculine? Is that even possible? Is it possible to be masculine and be?
That's the house
full
husband.
time. The house husband.
Honestly, the house husband.
I mean, I used to work at Old Navy, so I used to be able to hit that perfect fold. So maybe they can hit the perfect fold. You know what I'm saying? They had on shirts and the socks laid out. Is that cool? That's not cool?
Oh man, crazy, bro.
The funny thing is, let me tell you, I know it's about to go down. My man Anton, I think he just came up in here. So what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna bring Anton
Shout out
to the stage.
Influencers who taking part of this conversation, which I really love.
All praises, dude.
That's a platform for you where just in the chat.
Anton, welcome to the platform. The Hall Initiative.
What up, my friends? What's going on?
What up, Anton?
What's happening?
You got you calling us simps on the platform? Come on, man. That's not how we start the relationship.
He got to try to hit us with a compliment sandwich.
Come on now.
I love y'all, y'all simps.
No, a lot of the conversations that y'all been having lately is based off of simp behavior. I think that you can have both. I think that you can both be incredibly masculine, but I don't like the idea how we trying to diminish the value of men when you're trying to compare them to or have a conversation based off of relationships. You can have both. You can have incredibly masculine men. But well, let's start here. First of all, I don't even understand the whole idea of 100-0, 50-50. None of that even makes sense. It's supposed to be 100-100. Okay? You're supposed to be given 100% of everything that you have as a man and as a woman into a relationship. What is this 60-40, 50-50? Men pay for 100% of it. Women have always worked. Now, they may have not always brung in resources specifically into a household, but a woman has always worked. And in a society where you're talking about we've advocated for equal, and then we're not including into the conversation and inherent risks that come along with, or all of the problems that come along with family court. When you're talking about women that advocate against family court, but then at the same time are advocating for a man to operate in a traditional role, which one do you want? Do you want to bring in resources? Because let's be very clear, unless a woman is having multiple children and she's raising those children prior to those children becoming students and going to school full time, or she's homeschooling them. The majority of women that have children going to school full time and that are not working are not doing anything inside of their households. They are often at times waiting for men at the finish line and then saying, what is it that you can do as far as being a man in order to cover me? But then they're not actually adding additional value into the conversation by then adding value into the man, because a woman's inherent role is to be a helpmeet, meaning that she has to fall under the vision of a man. So to completely.
Now, I just want to stop it right there because I don't know about you guys, but he just sounds extremely bitter. Like a lot of these men, they have baggage and they're bitter, and they don't like women. You understand? And you can hear it in his tone and everything, and you can hear it in the difference between the other brother who obviously he loves women. Like some men really like women or they love women, but some men, they don't like women. So this is where you'll get this, condescending kind of, attitude that he kind of has, even in his response. They be mean and they are broken. And, they just come off really just mean spirited. But I'll digress and I'll, keep it going.
Absolve them of the responsibility that comes along with what it takes in order to be a wife. See, we keep talking about what men are. Men are inherently leaders. And we're not talking about what it takes or what you're supposed to be vetting for a wife, right? Because women are not even supposed to be dating. The problem in these conversations is that people don't even really understand what courting means. They don't understand what it means in order to find a wife. And as a person that's been married for over 20 years, and my entire family is married, all three of my brothers have never found divorce. My father, until his untimely demise, was married all the way up until he passed away in 2017. And then my mother found another husband that's very similar to him. All 9 of my uncles have never gotten divorced from their wives. I think that there's a blueprint to what it takes in order to be successfully married, but we're not having the conversation in truth because we're so busy trying to hold men accountable when we're not really understanding the dynamics by which people are dating, because you're not supposed to be dating in order to find a wife in the first place. So
Okay.
very few people really understand what it means to actually be married, and very few people understand what it means to actually be successfully married, because there's a difference.
Hold tight, Anson, because you got something. You can listen. You firing off the points. But I'm very curious to hear what Yada has to say about the comments that you just made. Then I got a question for you, Anton.
All I can say first is, man, all praises is due completely to the Most High. It's just sad that when a man is a provider for a woman he loves and his children, takes care of his home, removes her worries, and tells brothers, hey, I believe if you say you love a woman and she's your woman, you should provide for her. It's called simping. I don't even think these brothers know the definition of simping. I think they might need to Google it. Can we Google simping right now?
Let's take a look at it. We're gonna take a look at it. Hold tight,
Anton. Definition for simping?
It has to be. And I'm gonna be the researcher here.
All right, yeah. So let's actually look at it right now.
Oh man, I got
we got to pull this up.
My Philippine search engine coming up. Help me out over here, Ty.
I think it says for simp definition. Wow, this is Merriam-Webster. To show excessive devotion to or longing for someone or something. That's what I see here.
Excessive devotion.
Wikipedia got a simp is internet slang term describing someone who shows excessive sympathy and attention toward another person, typically someone who does not reciprocate the same feelings in pursuit of a sexual relationship.
Now, see, I think that might be the key.
Now, ask the brothers again. They using words, and we're gonna keep moving, but they're using words which they don't understand. Now a brother can say he's been married for 20 years. I know brothers have been married for 50 years, but when I talk to their wives, they're highly, highly, highly broken, upset, and depressed. I'm not sure who this brother is. I've never heard of him before in my life, but he sounds bitter. He sounds like he's been brokenhearted. Maybe the first person he ever loved hurt him, or he watched his father emotionally abuse his mother. And the reason why I say that, because if a woman's been married for as long as his mother has been married to her father, why would she get remarried? Something about that just doesn't add up. We repeat dysfunction. We say, my father's been married. I've been married. My brothers are married. That means nothing. I know a lot of dysfunctional married couples. The problem is these men don't got no money. And that's the real thing they should say. I'm broke. I'm trying to get my bag up, and this is what it is. You can't come at a man that's wealthy. You can't come at wealthy man that went for the race, but for the trophy. Now we got the trophy and we're dancing and we're saying, ha, 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 ha. We got diamonds and gold on our trophy, and you're looking at yours and your trophy falling apart. Something ain't right with that, brother.
See, and these is ad hominem attacks because instead of him speaking to it, see, the difference is that my mother was widowed. It was an unfortunate accident that ultimately met her demise. The guy that she wound up marrying was a guy that literally walked in because she was working for me. See, I am wealthy. It's a difference, right? I'm not. No. Let me be very clear. I'm not speaking as a man under duress.
Hold on.
Right?
Anton, let me ask you this.
We're gonna go there tonight because see, he's not speaking to the point.
Anton,
he's speaking to a person. It's a different dynamic here.
Anton, listen, we want to keep you on. I want to get some context. You mentioned the multiple marriages in your family. Your family has a lineage of successful marriages, is what you're communicating. Was there a specific structure, financial structure, that was taught to you to be able to run a successful household, or is it each of those marriages could be potentially operating on whatever they individually believe in?
What do you mean by each of those? It is a blueprint by which we live, right?
So what is
well, let's be clear. My wife hasn't worked for the last 15 years for somebody else, but she very much works for me, and she works very, very hard for me, and she is the beneficiary of my greatness. So let's be very, very clear. We're not talking about living under duress here. Right, he's speaking to a specific demographic, but that's not my story. When I speak out of abundance, and I speak biblically also, right? And a woman is supposed to be a helpmeet. She is not supposed to be moving based off of what she thinks makes sense. She's supposed to be falling up under the vision of the man that then leads her, right? But if you're simping, because simp is a word and it does have a meaning, and there's additional context to be added to it, similar to if you want to define friendship, it's not entirely encompassed based off of what you read the definition to be.
But Anton,
it's additional context to be added into that. And if we really take into consideration,
Anton, we're confused because you're saying that you've been in a relationship for quite some time.
I've been married for 19 and a half years. I've been in a relationship, married since I was 22 years old. Nobody ever hurt me before.
I understood. And 15 of those years, you said that you've pretty much been 100% providing for your wife.
No. I said she hasn't worked for somebody else. Once my child, okay, so this was the dynamic. When I got married, my wife was working full time, right? And in addition to that, she was shooting in the gym, because when we had these conversations, we have to speak to the majority, not the minority. Majority of people that get married, and you do not have to have an abundance of resources in order to get married. The majority of the people that are looking to get married are not millionaires like me and Yada, right? So the difference is that the fact that she did get up under my vision, because two people can pull 10 times their weight versus people looking at it as a 50-50 relationship. What did you bring and what did you bring? We've managed to build wealth and then build a legacy that allows for me to be able to never have my daughter ask for student loans, right? But here was the key. When she had my daughter, we decided that she was going to be a full-time mother until my daughter became old enough to be able to go to school full-time. After that,
wait, hold tight. Because I understand that. I want to get an idea of what is your current philosophy to maintain the most healthy relationship. Is it 50-50 or is it
100? If she has the ability to work, she should. Because every woman, listen, I'm in a position to where I can leverage her talents much more effectively than an employer could. But if a woman has the ability to work and her kids are going to school full time, she should be working. and she should be bringing 100% of her resources into the household. No man should have it to where you paying the majority of the bills, and then she can do whatever it is that she want to do with her money. It's one pot. It's one pot.
Okay, so Anton, because I understand what you're saying, but I am a bit because Yada, are you not saying the same thing? Are you saying that, hey, if your woman is going to work, she's going to work with you
for the family,
right?
Yeah.
No,
can I say something, please?
Yeah, of course.
You know, and I'm not sure who this brother is, and you know, I hear his passion.
Yeah,
you know, I hear it. But when he speaks about his wife, he speaks about her like she's an item. She works for me. She's up under me. No, that's not how the family dynamic is. And then he's saying, well, you're a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. When I wasn't a millionaire, I took care of my woman 100%. Without finances, I lived in my lane. And that's the topic of the conversation. I can stay in my lane. All the brothers can stay in their lanes. And it should be like Antoine, that's able to, his wife have children and she's able to stay home while he provides for everything. That is the goal. He's saying exactly what I'm saying. Matter of fact, he's living exactly what I'm saying, but yet calling it simping.
No, I'm not. I'm not living what you're saying. Because I wasn't able to finish the point. The point was that when we have these conversations based off of what
Anton, heads up, just be brief and brilliant with this because we want to get a
I got you.
Go ahead.
I love you, brother.
And I love you too. And I think that we should be able to have conversations to where we provide differences of opinions. And sometimes it's going to be similar and sometimes it's going to overlap. But it doesn't have to necessarily be toxic, right? We just kicking it, right? But here's the thing. When we speak to these conversations about relationships, we are in a different dynamic to where we have a certain level of net worth that allows for us to really be able to live in a different space to where our wives don't necessarily have to go and work for somebody else. But the overwhelming majority of the population, including Black people specifically, you need 2 incomes in order to even build up that nest egg or be working towards something specific that allows for you to then divest yourself or allow for her to then work for you or to not have to work for somebody else in order for you to be able to survive, right? And so what I believe, similar to what he was saying, is a healthy relationship is if you have children that are old enough to go to school full time, she needs to be working and not necessarily just for you because you may not even be in a position to where she can work for you yet. She needs to be going out, getting resources, going to work full time and bringing 100% of those resources back into the household for him to manage. And when he manages those,
brother, hold on, brother, that sounds like a prostitute and a pimp, brother. That sounds like a prostitute.
It's not.
Let me say something.
And look,
and this is why it's the difference.
And we're gonna hear about it. Anton, listen, we're gonna let you go on this one. We're gonna let Yada close this one out. But before we let Yada close it out, I just got one question for you, Anton. Yes or no? Is it fair to hold men to the expectation that it should be 50-50 until they're able to produce 100% of the finances? Is that fair?
No.
Wow.
Okay.
Yo, Anton, look, first of all, I appreciate you for coming up here and having a respectful conversation, brother. Much love to you, okay?
Yeah, God bless you. And also, I have nothing against him specifically. It's just certain talking points that I may disagree with. That's it.
No, first off, Anton, we know you're mature, brother. It's all good. Yeah, ain't no love lost. We appreciate you for coming through.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right, brother.
You know, it's beautiful that, you know, brothers are able to come and articulate themselves as well as that brother did about his opinion. It's just he's not living what he's talking about. And if a man's not practicing what he's preaching, that's a problem. And I'm saying this to all the brothers listening. Brothers, before you get a woman, make sure you're right. Now, if you're in a relationship, and this is what I would do because I didn't start taking care of my wife when I became a millionaire. I took care of my wife as soon as she said she was mine. That means I stayed in my lane. I couldn't live in the big house. I had to get a house I could afford by myself. I couldn't get the nice car. I had to get a car that I could afford by myself.
Yeah.
I handle. It has nothing to do with a dollar amount. I know men right now that's working at Wendy's and construction and taking care of his whole family. Wendy's and construction. So can't nobody say the only way we can provide for our families by being millionaires. To the average man, if you want to be wealthy, if you want to be where Antoine is, that's able to take care of his wife after she has children, you have to get yourself together. You have to make sure that you're willing to go hard for your family. And this is what I suggest you do. If you have a woman you love and you know she has a great mind and she's a great nurturer and she's loyal and she loves you, I want you to say, baby, if it's possible, can you please stay home? And if I have to work 1 job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs to provide, I'm going to focus on providing, you focus on nurturing this business. And if you stay down with me, I stay down with you, and I handle my job 100%, which is a provider, and you handle your job 100%, that's a nurturer. These things came from God, not yada. I didn't choose these roles for y'all. God did. If you nurture the children and the business, we will be in a whole different position in 24 months. Men, you have to go hard. You don't need a woman to help you with your job. Your job is to provide.
Guys, by the way, if you're backstage right now, I need you in the backstage private chat to let me know exactly what it is. Just give me a sentence about what it is you want to communicate. I want ladies that have had an or are currently in an experience right now with a 50-50 brother. Had one, be brief and brilliant and tell me, or a brother that has a comment. And actually, the brothers are coming up tonight. I actually got another brother that I'm about to bring here to the stage now. Bring him on in a second. We got he's already on here. My bad.
Okay, cool.
We got Kendall Ficklin on here. What's up with you, my brother?
What's happening, bro? How y'all doing, man?
K2, what's good?
K2, what's up, brother? What's your thoughts on this 50-50 situation here, man?
Man, you know, bro, we kind of had this conversation on, you know, one of our episodes before, you know, when they dragged me through the mud all over social media about it. I don't agree. 50-50 to me, I'm agreeing with Yoda's point. My thing is,
he's a wise one. He is a wise one,
bro.
Oh, praises.
Like facts. Like at the end of the day, as a man, there's certain responsibilities that you have. See, we're talking in terms of people talk in terms of duty. They use these different buzzwords, but at the end of the day, the word is responsibility, bro. Like it's your responsibility in your job to provide 100%. Period. And we got to stop complaining as men. It's always a complaint with dudes like, oh, well, she don't do this. Bro, you got to focus on being the man. Somebody was in the chat talking about what if she don't do this and she don't do that? What she does has nothing to do with the responsibility that you have, that has been bestowed upon you as a man, period. Which is provision. You talking about finances, emotional, spiritual, and at the end of the day, you got to know your numbers, bro. You don't got to be rich to take care of your wife, bro. I'm 32. I've been taking care of my wife since I was 19 years old, bro.
Oh, crazy.
19, dog. I got 4 kids and I'm 33. She ain't worked in I don't know how long. I don't remember. The goal is to give your wife, your woman, the option, bro. It's the option. We ain't trying to determine what they do with their life. We are trying to give them the option as a man to say, look, babe, if you want to work, you go work somewhere that you gonna love what you're doing, as opposed to going somewhere that you hate where you at. Ain't no other man to be feeding my wife, bro, at the end of the day. And my wife, at the end of the day, you're not gonna go work for somebody. Let's go push you to build something of your own so that she can start tapping into her greatness. At the end of the, bro, dudes is so. I'm gonna keep the language though. You know how I talk, bro. But keep it clean, K2. Keep it clean, bro. I'm trying to keep it clean because I see what type of time y'all on these days. You see what I'm saying? So keep it clean, right? But look, dog. At the end of the day, dudes be real lazy, so weak. All of these words, dog. And at the end of the day, y'all need to tighten up, bro. Stop worrying about what the woman is doing and handling business as a man. At the end of the day, let's be real. At the end of the day, dog, if you didn't have a woman, you still got to pay your rent. You still got to pay your bill with your mama. Like, what are we talking about, dog? Like, what are we really talking about?
Hey, let me tell you something. K2. That was on K2 chest for a
minute. Listen, let the mic cool off. K2, listen, we love you, brother. I appreciate you coming up on here giving your piece, okay?
Hey, listen.
Love y'all, man. Y'all be good.
Love you too, bro. Nobody else call in with a testimony like that. We know that Negro.
Yeah.
That's the homie. That's the homie. And he's really about that. And
Man,
he's from he's multiple generations of successfully ran
His father
families.
is Kendall Ficklin, in which we had on here. So as you can see, what happens when a strong man is your pops.
Right.
That's the product. And that man literally, yes, he got married as a teenager.
He got hella babies. Like how many?
4 babies.
He got hella babies.
He said it, 4 babies.
But see, this is the
Wife
thing. A
is
lot,
dope,
a
too.
lot of people's not understanding 50-50 and a dollar amount is a mental state. Because we just heard a millionaire say, nah, well, his wife doesn't work. I don't get how he believes in 50-50.
He actually is not 50-50.
Well, and see, I wanted to talk about that too, because Anton is a very successful YouTuber, and I'm sure he does a multitude of other things, just like all of us.
Definitely.
And I believe him when he says he take care of his household and he putting it down.
I believe him.
Now the thing is, though, he's saying even though I do this, the average man might not be able to. So I do think he's having some level of sympathy for the average man.
But again, it's a mental state. The only reason he can even subscribe to that train of thought is because his father probably did that. Because if his father didn't do that, and he's saying the man's the leader, and he's talking biblical, clearly there's some biblical stuff missing. But he's saying biblically, I know his father's the one that gave him that form of information. Now, again, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with men being 50-50. You're just not gonna have a peaceful life. Yeah, when you're sick and you're tired and you're old, your woman now, she's not there to rub your butt. When I say butt, I'm talking about now you're elderly, you can't wipe your own butt.
Right.
Now you're in some old person's home getting abused and getting robbed while I'm 60 years old, still looking young, and my woman taking care of me. It's a different form of peace. The home has to be peaceful. And when a man's able to make sure this woman is right, the woman going to do things for him that he can't imagine. But most men have never experienced a woman truly dwelling in her feminine. So it's foreign. They can't understand the blessings that we receive.
They don't even know what's on the other side.
They can't comprehend it. Then they see a man like me or the brother that was just on the phone saying, man, I don't care. This is what it is. Stop complaining, because man, we reaping the benefits.
Man, it's tricky because it's at some point. This is the thing, you tell the kids they can do whatever, they can be whatever they want to be. Now we grown now, right? Well, we're talking to adults. All of a sudden, when we're talking to adults, we don't tell them, hey, even though you 50, 40, 30, you can still be whatever you want to be. We say, hey, since you're average, we're gonna change the rules for the average people. Is it? Do you think? I mean, is it too harsh? Is that too harsh? Should we communicate to the average guy that, hey, suck it up, do the work, or should we change the message?
Imagine this. Imagine guys saying, protector, not protector, provider, not provider. You're just an average Joe. What makes a man average? Every man has the same ability to do the same things. Some men are just lazy. Some men rather complain, and some men watch their fathers work the heck out of their mothers.
Yeah.
Come on, when a man says, I work for me, rather than us and the family, something's wrong with this, man. You can't tell me with a mental state like that, your woman's at peace. It's impossible. It's impossible, man.
So, man, first of all, backstage is piling up back here.
Okay, listen,
I really want I want you to go ahead and do your thing.
Yeah.
Did you have any announcements before we go into this next question?
No. So shout out. I mean, I got a lot of announcements, but I don't want to keep it on because we just hot right now. Let me see how many people we got in the chat. Shout out to TW for doubling up on the super chats. Shout out to J Renee. Shout out to TW for also joining the initiates, and shout out to Wild Ones. And we got Ikene. When are you gonna join the family, man? When are you gonna